You know how we talk about hit songs and viral moments like there's some kind of magic? Well, what if I told you that some of the biggest music stories of the year are anything but an accident? Today, we're going to dive into the incredible, and let's be honest, often misunderstood power of modern organized fan communities. I mean, that sounds impossible, right? In an industry where a song feels old after just a few months, how can something from nearly a decade ago not only pop back up, but completely take over the global charts? 7 years. Just let that sink in. A song that dropped way back in 2018 suddenly comes roaring back in 2025. In the world of pop music, that is basically an eternity. And yet, something absolutely extraordinary happened. And it didn't just, squeak back into the charts. Oh no. It hit #1 in 75 different countries. We're talking a massive, global takeover that seemed to come out of absolutely nowhere. And listen, we're not talking about small, niche markets. This thing went straight to the top of the iTunes charts in some of the biggest music economies on the planet. The US, the UK, France, Mexico, you get the picture. So how in the world does this happen? A B-side track, 7 years old, completely defies all industry logic to become a global sensation. This is where our investigation really begins. And at the very heart of this mystery is one specific song from one specific group. So let's start with our first key study, Anpanman by BTS. Okay, to really get how wild this is, you have to know where this song came from. Back in 2018, Anpanman wasn't a single, it wasn't the big hit, it was a B-side, a deep cut for the dedicated fans. But you fast forward to December 2025, and it storms back onto the charts to hit #1 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales. Now, this whole event is so significant that industry experts have actually given it a name, a global retro surge. It's not just some random wave of nostalgia. It's a specific phenomenon, and it's almost always powered by organized fan efforts. So you might be asking, why this song? Well, the core message of Anpanman is all about being this unconventional hero, someone who helps others even though they don't have any special powers. And that theme, that idea, it just deeply connected with fans, giving their entire campaign this powerful emotional core. But here's the kicker. This fan power isn't just for reviving old classics. At the exact same time all this was happening, it was also shaping the success of brand new music. Which brings us to our second case study, the 2025 solo album Echo from BTS member Jin. Nearly 1 billion. That's billion with a B. That is the staggering number of streams Jin's solo album is about to hit on Spotify alone. A number that puts him in the super elite class of global artists. Just insane. I mean, his dominance on the charts was just undeniable. The Echo album spent over 22 consecutive weeks on the Billboard World Albums chart. To put that into perspective for you, that is more than double the average chart stay for other K-pop soloists in 2025. It's not even close. And the scale of this success was just massive. His title track became the fastest K-pop song to hit 630 million streams that year. He set a brand new record for chart longevity, and on top of all that, he became the best-selling K-pop soloist in the entire United States for all of 2025. Okay, so let's recap. We have a 7-year-old B-side and a brand new solo album, both shattering records at the exact same time. This is not a coincidence, folks. It's time to look under the hood at the engine that's driving both of these incredible achievements. So what's the link? What's the common thread that takes two totally different pieces of music from two totally different eras and launches them into historic success at the same time? Whether you're looking at a 7-year-old song hitting #1 in 75 countries or a new album about to hit 1 billion streams, the driving force behind both is exactly the same. Coordinated fan power. And let's be crystal clear about this. These are not accidental viral trends. They're not just some random TikTok thing. They are the direct result of strategic, highly organized campaigns by BTS's global fanbase army. We're talking coordinated streaming parties, global buying projects, and social media hashtag strategies, all designed for maximum impact. So what was the motivation behind this massive, massive effort? Well, our sources described it in a really beautiful way, like it was a kind of giant welcome home banner. It's the fans' way of showing their unwavering support and just building this huge wave of excitement while they wait for the group's next chapter. And this all brings us to the bigger picture, Because what we're really seeing here isn't just a story about one fan base. No, it's a signal of a fundamental shift in how the entire music industry operates.
The role of the music fan has completely evolved. We've moved from an era where we were all just passive consumers, we just bought and listened, to a new era of active participation, where fans are now basically co-architects of an artist's success.
So the ultimate takeaway here is that the old power structure, it's basically crumbling. Those once clear lines separating the artist, the record label, and the audience, well, they're getting blurrier every single day. And that leaves us with a pretty provocative final thought. In a world where a dedicated fan base can make a 7-year-old song a global #1 hit, we have to start asking a new question. Who is really in charge of the music industry now?